In this video, I'll show you how to create a pattern like this within Rhino 3D. As you can see, it's based on a simple hexagon with a relief pattern, a secondary pattern laid on top of that. So what we need to do is start to lay out a basic hexagonal grid in Rhino, and as you can see, it's only one single module, and as it rotates, it creates that secondary pattern. Okay. So in Rhino, we can click on here, polygon. Number of sides will be 6. That will make it a hexagon. Hit Shift key. Hit the Shift key to restrict the axis. Okay, I'm gonna create the polygon here. Right click on Zoom Extent. So now I can see the object in all the viewports. So let's go back to the pattern so we can understand a little bit more about the breakdown. So you can see from within a single hexagon, there are 2 circles right on the edge, right on the side, and then there is a straight line that goes through the middle. So what I'm going to do is from one of the corners to the midpoint, corner to midpoint, middle to middle, I am going to trim or split the circle. And as you can see in the example file, these 3 lines are a little bit raised. Okay? So I'm going to move it up just by 1 unit. Okay. Also, what I'm going to do is to create that relief pattern. We gotta sort of estimate what that edge looks like. Right? What that means is, is that a straight edge, or is there a curvature to it? We can try both, but I am going to try one version that will give me a little bit of a curvature. So I click on this point here, I click on project, so now it gives me the point directly underneath that, the end point of the curve above, and then now I click again, so I created a triangle, but that basically gives me a little rough polygon geometry as reference. So what I can do is click on the control point curve, degree 3. Now I can click on this curve here. Okay. So now I have a very, very precisely drawn curve that I am able to change the curvature and fine tune, the way it rests on the, basically I'm looking at this point right here, how sharp of an edge I want to get as the end result. Okay, I'll repeat that same process. Actually, this would be a mirror. And I can rotate, make a copy over here. Okay, oops, rotate, copy. I'll do the same thing over here. Project, unproject, degree 3 curve. Okay. So last but not least, we need to take up that curve, okay, which is right here. We need a reference point, so it's from here to the midpoint. Okay, degree 3 curve, one point in the middle, and somewhere over here. And relocate the midpoint. Get okay. So now, sweep to rail. We're ready to generate the surface. So these two are the rail curve, and these two are the cross section curve. Okay. So once again, sweep to rail. So select first rail, select second rail, and now you're asked to select the cross sections. Okay. Right click to finish. That's it. Then do that again here. First rail, second rail. This time now you want to use the surface edge. You see why we want to do that. Okay, and then cross section. So right now you can see B here. It's asking you the edge continuity, how you want to like it, position, tangency, okay, curvature. So the difference is, if it's positioned, that means that it's touching each other, but you see a sharp reveal there. Tangency, so now you have a smooth transition, but you can see the surface is actually, dipping down a little bit. So it may not be what we want, but it seems like it's just a very, very little dipping, so it might not matter. And here with curvature, you see it's dipping a lot more, right? That sort of maintains, so that gives you the most smooth transition from this surface to that surface, right? So if we, let's say, go to rendered view, or go to analyze, curvature analysis, so we can see how the curves right here is behaving. A lot of times you do this because you are trying to understand manufacturability. Like, let's say if you're 3D printing, or if you're milling, or if you're creating a mold, the curvature matters. But in this case, I'm going to do this again. We will just stick with tangency. Last one, sweep one rail, single rail curve. We don't want any tangency or curvature continuity here. Okay, so now this, join it, mirror, join again, move up 0.5, pick the original hexagon, extrude planar curve to the top of the other surface, and I'm just going to split. Okay. So now I have the base polygon I can use to create a pattern. So let's say this one, I want to rotate 60 degrees. Don't make a copy. -60. Okay. That's what this pattern is. So now you can, from the hexagon, begin to create a secondary pattern on top. Okay.